Hey guys, we have some amazing news today. President Obama supported Andrew Yang with his Oscar-winning documentary, American Factory. Okay, that's super awesome. Okay, let's see. You probably heard that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's production company won Oscar with this documentary, American Factory. It was a film backed by Obama's Higher Ground Productions on Sunday. Okay, took home the award for the best documentary feature. The film was about a culture clash at a Dayton, Ohio manufacturing plant. It was the first project produced by the duo's new production outfit and marks a running start for the company. The film hails from filmmakers Julia Rachel and Stephen Bogna. It was released through Netflix as a part of a lucrative deal Higher Ground has with the streaming service. Working people have it harder and harder these days, and we believe that things will get better when workers of the world unite, Rachel said in her acceptance speech. So President Obama congratulated the filmmakers on their win. Congrats to Julia and Steven, the filmmakers behind American Factory, for telling such a complex, moving story about the very human consequences of wrenching economic change. Glad to see two talented and downright good people take home the Oscar for Higher Ground's first release. American Factory tells an emotional local story that resonates globally. Director Stephen Bogna and Julia Rachel have created a masterwork that examines culture, labor, and class struggle and challenges us to consider what unites us instead of what separates us. Okay, so see, there's all these implicit endorsement from Obama. Can you see that? First of all, this film is about a Chinese businessman who saved an American factory, created thousands of jobs. Okay, so President Obama is already indicating who can save America. There's got to be a Chinese American president, right? What's his name? Andrew Yang. He already created thousands of jobs through Venture for America, right? So President Obama is actually doing math here. Make America think harder. Okay? And what is the name of the company? It's Higher Ground. Does that ring a bell? Let's hear what Andrew Yang said during the debate.
First. The important number in Vice President Biden's remarks just now was that the United States is only 15% of global emissions. We like to act as if we're 100%, but the truth is, even if we were to curb our emissions dramatically, the Earth is still going to get warmer. And we can see it around us this summer. The last 4 years have been the 4 warmest years in recorded history. This is going to be a tough truth, but we are too late. We are 10 years too late. We need to do everything we can to start moving the climate in the right direction, but we also need to start moving our people to higher ground.
See, Andrew Yang said we have to start moving people to higher ground, okay, because of climate change. And see, Barack Obama, his movie company is called Higher Ground. He already moved to higher ground, okay, the Obamas. Okay, that's number 2. And number 3, let's see what happens. Okay, so Andrew Yang actually tweeted about this American Factory documentary produced by Obama. American Factory, the first Obama-produced doc at Netflix, presents what the modern economy increasingly means for people. The last few minutes, in particular, really hammer the message home. We need to evolve, okay, at American Factory film. So I strongly encourage you to watch the movie, but if you don't have time, let's take a quick look at the snapshot from the last several minutes. Okay, so before this, actually, the Chinese businessman who saved the manufacturing business, the factory, he was talking about, next what he's going to do is to replace those 4 workers with machines. And so at the end, there were all these, robot arms and machines operating. And he was talking, next I'm gonna remove them. Okay. That's kind of sarcastic. But that is the future. That is gonna happen. And here, and then it shows up to 375 million people globally would need to find entirely new kinds of jobs by 2030 because of automation. Okay, this is the Oscar-winning film is telling us this. It's all data facts that Andrew Yang has been saying over and over again. Okay, and how workers, governments, and businesses tackle these seismic shifts. Okay, will define the future of work. Let's hear what President Obama talked about the future of work, and he actually supports the idea of universal basic income. Listen.
While the outsourcing of jobs from north to south, from east to west, while a lot of that was a dominant trend in the late 20th century, the biggest challenge to workers in countries like mine today is technology. And the biggest challenge for your new president, when we think about how we're going to employ more people here, is going to be also technology, because artificial intelligence is here and it is accelerating. And you're going to have driverless cars, and you're going to have more and more automated services. And that's going to make the job of giving everybody work that is meaningful tougher. And we're going to have to be more imaginative. And the pace of change is going to require us to do more fundamental reimagining of our social and political arrangements to protect the economic security and the dignity that comes with a job. It's not just money that a job provides. It provides dignity and structure and a sense of place and a sense of purpose. And so we're going to have to consider new ways of thinking about these problems, like a universal income, review of our work week, how we retrain our young people, how we make everybody an entrepreneur at some level. But we're going to have to worry about economics if we want to get democracy back on track.
Okay, so you hear that President Obama actually supported Andrew Yang's idea, universal basic income, and he sees the future as well. I've seen people asking President Obama to come out to endorse Andrew Yang, which I think in Obama's capacity, like, he didn't feel comfortable doing it, but he already implicitly endorsed Andrew Yang with this Oscar-winning documentary. The facts are all right there. We just have to think harder. Okay, America has to think harder. President Obama is trying to make America think harder. He's doing the math. He's already supporting Andrew Yang's ideas. He's already telling people we have to evolve. We have to think harder about what is the future of work. How do we get people prepared for this seismic shifts of this wave of automation, AI, and robotics taking over the jobs? How do we win this war on normal people that Andrew Yang has been warning people about? Make America think harder. That's math. So Professor Obama was telling us that there's going to be an exam on November 3rd, 2020. And he already hinted the answer. It's going to be an Asian businessman who's a patriot, who understands technology, who understands the threat of automation, artificial intelligence, and the future of work, who can be the commander-in-chief of this war on normal people. So that's math. President Obama has been doing his homework, has been doing his job. Tell us what you think. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment below.